चलिए आज हम सभी जिन्हा उद्देश्यों भाव भावना को लेकर सभा से जुड़े हुए हैं, हम सबके प्रिय आदरणीय स्वर्गीय श्री लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल सुरेश नाथ एंडले जी जीवन के 90 वर्ष उन्होंने व्यतीत किए। हम सभी श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित करते हैं, ईश्वर से प्रार्थना कि वे जहाँ भी हों सुख शांति आनंद में हों और हम सब उनके द्वारा प्रदत्त प्रेम और स्नेह को सदैव आगे बढ़ाने वाले रहें। वो शक्ति वो सामर्थ्य हमारे जीवनों में हो। मिलकर महामंत्र गायत्री का हम सभी पाठ करें और ईश्वर से प्रार्थना।
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। असत से दूर भगवन सत्य का वरदान दो, दूर कर द्रुत तिमिर भगवन। शुभ्र ज्योति विहान दो, मृत्यु बंधन को हटा, अमरत्व हे भगवान दो। प्रकृति पाशों से छुड़ा, आनंद मधु का पान दो। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सुंदर विग्रह मेघश्याम, गंगा तुलसी शाल शालग्राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। भद्रगिरीश्वर सीताराम भद्रगिरीश्वर सीताराम भगत जन प्रिय सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। जानकी रमणा सीताराम जय जय राघव सीताराम जानकी रमणा सीताराम जय जय राघव सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम 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 भज प्यारे तू सीताराम 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 भज प्यारे तू सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम।
हम सभी आज की सभा को एक प्रेरणा के रूप से लेते हैं। आदरणीय स्वर्गीय श्री लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल सुरेश नाथ एंडले जी, जो कि भौतिक शरीर के रूप में हम सबके मध्य में विद्यमान नहीं है, परंतु उनका स्नेह, उनका प्रेम, उनके सद्भाव हम सबके मध्य में है। जितने भी हम जुड़े हुए उनसे सभी लोग जानते हैं कि सबका जो सहयोग किया करते थे, लोग दूर दूर से उनसे सलाह लिया करते थे। संसार की सबसे बड़ी यदि कोई पूजा है तो वो ईश्वर के पुत्रों की सेवा करते हुए चलना। और ईश्वर के पुत्र कौन है? तो कहा कि हम सब ईश्वर के पुत्र और जो पुत्रियां हैं, सबके साथ प्रेम भाव से रहना भी ईश्वर की ही पूजा में आता है, जो उनके जीवन का बहुत बड़ा अंग था। यदि ये भाव हमारे जीवन में है तो जान लेना कि वो कहीं नहीं गए, हम सबके मध्य में जीवित हैं। भावना बने कि हम उन भावों को और आगे बढ़ाने वाले रहें। बड़ी सुंदर सी पंक्तियां जो हम बचपन से सुनते हुए आए हैं, हो सके तो मिलकर के गाइएगा।
हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण। फूल खुशियों सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुवन। अपनी करुणा का जल तो बहा के कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल हो ना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता। शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना।
हमेशा भावना सेवा और शुश्रूषा की रहती है। बैर भाव हमारे जीवन में हो ही ना। सदैव सत्य के पथ पे चलने वाले बने, सबका सहयोग, सबके साथ प्रेम भाव से रहना उनके जीवन का बहुत बड़ा अंग था। ये हमारे जीवन का अंग बने तो जान लेना कि ये सभा हम सब के लिए एक प्रेरणा का रूप बनती है। इसीलिए इस सभा को शोक सभा नहीं कहते। हमारी भारतीय परंपराएं कभी भी शोक वाली नहीं रही। भगवान श्री राम या भगवान श्री कृष्ण का भी हम सभी बड़े हर्ष और उल्लास के साथ में जन्मोत्सव मनाते हैं। कभी किसी ने जो मरण दिवस नहीं मनाया। जन्मोत्सव मनाने का प्रावधान आपने हमें जो दिया, हम उसके लिए आपका धन्यवाद करते हैं। तो पूज्य पिताश्री के लिए कौन सी भावना धन्यवाद वाली? आपने हमें बहुत कुछ दिया है, अब संभालने की बारी हमारी है। हम उसको संभालने में सक्षम हो, वो शक्ति, वो सामर्थ्य हमारे जीवनों में हो, और जिस प्रेम और स्नेह से आपने हम सबको जोड़ा, हम उसको सदैव आगे बढ़ाने वाले रहें। बड़ी सुंदर सी प्यारी सी पंक्तियों का मुझे आदेश है। ये पंक्तियां जगह जगह गाई जाती हैं, हो सके तो मिलकर के गाइएगा मेरे साथ।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, मीरा के तरह तुम बुलाते नहीं, मीरा की तरह तुम बुलाते नहीं, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम जानकी वल्लभं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, बेर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं, बेर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्। कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं, माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्। कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्। काम करते रहो नाम जपते रहो, काम करते रहो नाम जपते रहो, हर समय कृष्ण का ध्यान करते चलो, हर समय कृष्ण का ध्यान करते चलो। श्री कृष्ण हरे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। पितु मातु स्वामी सखा हमारे, पितु मातु स्वामी सखा हमारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण। काम करते रहो नाम जपते रहो, हर समय कृष्ण का ध्यान करते चलो, हर समय कृष्ण का ध्यान करते। याद आएगी उनको कभी ना कभी, याद आएगी उनको कभी ना कभी, कृष्ण दर्शन तो देंगे कभी ना कभी, कृष्ण दर्शन तो देंगे कभी ना कभी। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
जब इस समर्पण की भावना के साथ में पूजा होती है तो उसका सबसे पहला लाभ ही ये है कि व्यक्ति अहंकार शून्य हो जाता है, किसी बात का द्वेष अहम नहीं रहता। इसीलिए जब हम यज्ञ में हवन में भी बार बार आहुतियां देते हैं तो कहते हैं इदम न मम, मेरा तो है ही नहीं। बस अगर कुछ है तो वो समर्पण की भावना, तब कहीं जाकर के हमारे जीवन में वो उत्थान की भावना आती है कि संसार का उपकार करना इस समाज का मुख्य उद्देश्य है। और मैं कहा करता हूं कि ये वो युग है जिसने वास्तविकता में जीवन जीने का सलीका दिया। बहुत ही सुंदर सी प्यारी सी भावनाएं हैं। मैं चाहूंगा कि हम उन भावनाओं से जुड़ें और मिलकर के पंक्तियों का गुणगान करें।
तुम ही हमका हो संभाले, तुम ही हमरे रखवारे, तुमरे बिन हमारा कौन नहीं, तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं। ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे, ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे, तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं, तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं। हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन, हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन, तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं, तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं। चंदा में तुम ही तो बने हो चांदनी, सूरज में उजाला तुम ही से, ये गगन है मगर तुम ही तो दिए हो इसे तारे, भगवन ये जीवन तुम ही ना सवारोगे तो कोई क्या सवारे। ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे, तुमरे बिन हमारा कौन नहीं, तुमरे बिन हमारा कौन नहीं। जो सुनो तो कहे प्रभु जी हमरी है विनती, दुखी जन को धीरज दो, हार नहीं वो कभी दुख से, तुम निर्बल को रक्षा दो, रह पाए निर्बल सुख से, भक्ति को शक्ति दो, भक्ति को शक्ति दो। जग के स्वामी हो, इतनी तो अर्ज सुनो, है पथ में अंधियारे, दे दो वरदान में उजियारे। हो पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे, तुमरे बिन हमारा कौन नहीं, तुमरे बिन हमारा कौन नहीं, तुमरे बिन हमारा कौन
हमारे जितने भी संबंध हैं यहाँ इस संसार में, संबंधों में 3 तरह का भाव हमेशा रहता है। या तो संबंध स्वार्थ के हैं या मोह के हैं, अन्यथा प्रेम के हैं। स्वार्थ के अश्रु आते हैं तो वे सबसे पहले सूखने का काम करते हैं, क्योंकि वही स्वार्थ हम कहीं और से भी पूरा कर लेते हैं। दूसरे हैं मोह के, ज्यादा समय नहीं लगता, एक समय ऐसा आता है वो भी सूख जाते हैं। तीसरे हैं प्रेम के, और प्रेम के अश्रु कभी भी धूमिल नहीं होते हैं। और जो पिता का प्रेम किस रूप में रहता है, तो कहते हैं माँ अपनी संतान को गोदी में रखती हैं, छाती से जो लगा के रखती हैं, पिता कंधे पे रखते हैं। और भावनाएं क्या होती हैं कि देखो मैं जहां तक देख पाया तो मुझसे भी और आगे तक देखने वाले बनो। ये भावना और किसके साथ में आती है, शायद ही किसी के साथ में आए। वही चाहते हैं मेरी संतान मुझसे भी आगे बढ़े, और वो भी 1 कदम नहीं, अगर 1000 लाख भी कदम संतान आगे बढ़े वो भी कम है। तो वो जिन पंक्तियों को मिलकर के गुनगुनाते थे माता जी के साथ, मैंने तो पहली बार इन जो पंक्तियों को सुना। मैं कोशिश करूंगा इन जो पंक्तियों को गुनगुनाने की।
छुपा लूं यूं दिल में प्यार मेरा, कि जैसे मंदिर में लो दिए की। छुपा लूं यूं दिल में प्यार मेरा, कि जैसे मंदिर में लो दिए की। तुम अपने चरणों में रख लो मुझको, तुम्हारे चरणों का फूल हूँ मैं सर झुकाए खड़ी हूँ प्रीतम, कि जैसे मंदिर में लो दिए की। सच है जीना था पाप तुम बिन, ये पाप मैंने किया है अब तक, मगर है मन में छवि तुम्हारी, कि जैसे मंदिर में लो दिए मंदे मेलोदिए की। राग बिरहा की मत लगाना कि जल के मैं राख हो चुकी हूँ। ये राख माथे पे मैंने रख ली कि जैसे मंदिर मेलोदिए की। छुपा लूँ यूँ दिल में प्यार मेरा कि जैसे मंदिर मेलोदिए की। कि जैसे मंदिर मेलोदिए की। कि जैसे मंदिर मेलोदिए की।
इस सभा को एक नाम दिया जाता है श्रद्धांजलि सभा। लेकिन श्रद्धांजलि अधिकांशतः जो समझा जाता है, जाना जाता है, वो ये कि जो हम पुष्प अर्पित करते हैं और हमारी श्रद्धांजलि पूरी हो जाती है। वस्तुतः इसे हम संस्कृत में सही अर्थों में श्रद्धांजलि कह भी नहीं सकते। अभी तक जो गाया गया है या जो गाया जाएगा स्वर से होता है तो बनता है स्वरांजलि। जो शब्द बोले जा रहे हैं या जो शब्द बोले जाएंगे तो शब्दांजलि। हम पुष्प अर्पित करते हैं, पुष्पांजलि। श्रद्धांजलि श्रद्धा से अर्पित होती है और श्रद्धा संस्कृत में दो शब्दों से मिलकर के बनी है। एक सत है, दूसरा धा है। संस्कृत की धातु है धा, धारणे, धारण करना। और धारण क्या करें तो कहा कि उनके जीवन के सत्कर्म हमारे जीवन में आ जाएं और हम उसे और आगे बढ़ाने का प्रयत्न करने वाले बने। श्रद्धांजलि की ये 4 पंक्तियां पूज्य पिताश्री को संतानों की ओर से समर्पित करते हुए
मैंने भाव समर्पण का गुण आपसे सीखा है। सिखलाया आपने ही जीने का सलीका है। मैंने भाव समर्पण का गुण आपसे सीखा है। सिखलाया आपने ही जीने का सलीका है। अभी और सिखलाना था, ऐसे तो न जाना था। मेरे पिता मेरे भगवान, मेरे पिता मेरे भगवान, मेरे जीवन की पहचान। मेरे पिता मेरे भगवान। ये आपके कर्म ही थे जो कुछ बन पाया हूँ। ये आपके कर्म ही थे जो कुछ बन पाए हूँ। मैं जैसा जो भी हूँ, मैं जैसी जो भी हूँ, बस आपकी छाया हूँ। मुझे इसका है अभिमान, मुझे मिला आपका नाम। मेरे पिता मेरे भगवान, चाह नहीं, बस इतना मान मिले। जब भी लूं जन्म में कहीं, मुझे आपका नाम मिले। परिजन करते फरियाद, सब छोड़ के अपनी याद। मेरे पिता मेरे भगवान, मेरे पिता मेरे भगवान, मेरे जीवन की पहचान। मेरे पिता मेरे भगवान, मेरे पिता मेरे भगवान, मेरे पिता मेरे भगवान।
हम जब किसी भी सुंदर से उद्यान को देखते हैं तो उसके माली को हम मन ही मन धन्यवाद करते हैं। कभी देखा नहीं होता, जानते भी नहीं, लेकिन फिर भी धन्यवाद निकलता है, क्योंकि हम सब उनके पुरुषार्थ को नमन करते हैं। ऐसे ही आदरणीय स्वर्गीय श्री लेट जनरल सुरेश नाथ एंडली जी ने बहुत ही प्रेम और स्नेह से अपने परिवार को सजाया, संवारा, सुसंस्कारित किया, और एक भरा पूरा परिवार जो वो यहाँ इस संसार में छोड़ करके गए हैं। उनके पुत्र हैं दीपक जी, पुत्र वधू हैं दीपाली जी, और इस बाग के जो पुष्प हैं अदित जी, आर्या जी, पुत्री हैं चारू जी, दामाद हैं निरूपम जी, और उनके पुत्र हैं अंश जी। तो ईश्वर से प्रार्थना इस परिवार के लिए कि पूज्य पिताश्री के सिद्धांतों, प्रेम और स्नेह को सदैव आगे बढ़ाने वाले रहते हैं। वो शक्ति, वो सामर्थ्य जीवनों में हो। अंतिम शेष बचे हुए समय में बस 4 पंक्तियां हम सभी मिलकर के गुनगुनाते हैं। संसार दोनों ही पक्षों को लेकर के चलता है। बुद्धिमान वो है जो मजबूत और स्थिर बन करके रहता है।
सुख दुख दोनों रहते जिसमें, जीवन है वो गाँव। कभी धूप कभी छाँव, कभी धूप तो कभी छाँव। ऊपर वाला पासा फेंके, नीचे चलते दाम। कभी धूप कभी छाँव, कभी धूप तो कभी। भले भी दिन आते जगत में, बुरे भी दिन आते। कड़वे मीठे फल कर्म के यहाँ सभी पाते। कभी सीधे कभी उल्टे पड़ते, अजब समय के पाँव। कभी धूप कभी छाँव, कभी धूप तो कभी। क्या खुशियाँ क्या हम ये सब मिलते बारी बारी। मालिक की मर्जी पे चलती है दुनिया सारी। संभल के खेना जग नदिया में, बंदे अपने नाम। कभी धूप कभी छाँव, कभी धूप कभी छाँव। ऊपर वाला पासा फेंके, नीचे चलते दाम। कभी धूप कभी छाँव, कभी धूप कभी छाँव, कभी धूप कभी छाँव, कभी धूप कभी छाँव।
पुण्यात्मा के प्रति श्रद्धा भाव अर्पित करते हुए कि वे जहाँ भी हों सुख शांति आनंद में हों और परिवार उनके स्नेह और प्रेम को सदैव आगे बढ़ाने में सक्षम हो, वो शक्ति वो सामर्थ्य इनके जीवनों में हो। इन्हीं प्रार्थनाओं भावनाओं के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूँ। इति ओम शांति। कुछ परिवारीजन अपनी भावांजलि अर्पित करेंगे।
थैंक यू आचार्य जी, आपकी पूरी टीम को थैंक यू। On behalf of the family, a very, very warm welcome to everyone. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to us. There are a few people who'd like to say a few words about Papa. So first, I'd like to invite Deepak, his son, Sunny, always very close to his heart. And Deepak and Dipali looked after Mummy and Papa so well over the last few years. So Deepak.
Thank you, Acharya ji. Thank you, Nipi, and good afternoon to everyone. Today, we are here to celebrate a phenomenal, long, fulfilling, and extraordinary 90 years of Papa. He was a devoted husband, a loving father and a grandfather. He was a mentor to many, and a soldier who really served the nation with distinction. While we are very deeply saddened and do feel his absence, we are also very grateful for the remarkable innings of 90 years that Papa has had and remarkable values that he's instilled in us and the legacy that he really leaves behind today. I want to spend some time reflecting on Papa's 37 years of military career, as well as his service thereafter with the JP Group of Hotels and the Global Cancer Concern of India. Papa actually earned trust, affection, and respect of everyone that he had served with. Whether it was the top brass of the Indian Army or senior leadership that he worked with, his fellow officers, JCOs, as well as all the men who served under his command. And throughout his career, he served with excellence, with a wide range of appointments, whether it is for command, staff, instructional, as well as organizational. And he approached each responsibility with professionalism and an unwavering commitment. His service was marked with extraordinary resilience. He actually endured some of the harshest conditions that one could face, actually including 4 winters in high altitude across Sela and Leh. And he always placed his duty before his personal comfort. His choice of regiment was the 201 Engineer Regiment, which he actually served as the 2IC, the second in command to Colonel Thaplial. But then he later went to command the 11ER, which actually remained very, very close to him and, was close to his heart throughout his life. For me, many of my earliest lessons in discipline, in dedication, loyalty, service before self actually came from Papa. I really watched him work tirelessly throughout his military career, often taking responsibilities which were far, far beyond his rank, beyond his day job. And one example that really comes to mind is when he was actually writing as the Colonel GS of the four corps, the entire war game plan and executing the war game plan for the corps. He instilled in me a very deep sense of integrity. He remained calm yet steadfast on his principles and his beliefs, and never really compromised, irrespective of who was really asking him to do what. If he thought it was not the right thing to do, he would not do it. He was a mentor to countless people. He was extremely approachable. He was generous with his time and always willing to guide and to help everyone, all officers, JCOs, and soldiers alike. They came, they sought his advice and his assistance, very often on matters which were actually far beyond his areas of responsibility. He actually continued to receive calls of help and of counsel from people years after retirement. And that really speaks the volumes of trust and affection that he had built over his career, and the inspiration that he had actually, built in the people who served with him. Despite his many achievements, he remained exceptionally humble. He once told me that his ambition had actually effectively ended after he was promoted the rank of a brigadier. And after that, for him, it was simply doing his duty to the best of his abilities, eventually rising to the rank of a lieutenant general. His distinguished service was recognized with numerous honors. He received the Chief of the Army Staff Commendation Card, the Ati Vishish Seva Medal, the Param Vishish Seva Medal. But probably one of his proudest moments was when he received, on behalf of the Madras Sappers, the regimental colors from the President of India. As his children, we've had the privilege of witnessing not only an extraordinary leadership journey, but also the values that have guided it. We are immensely proud of his achievements, his legacy, and the examples that he has set for us. Behind the uniform was a loving father who always found time for his family to help us, to encourage us, to guide us, and quietly support us in everything, in every stage of life. Thanks.
We'll have Adit and then Arya speaking. Grandkids that he loved. He obviously loved his kids, but he loved his grandkids even more. Adit, if you can come, please.
Hi, everyone. Thanks all for coming. So most of you knew him as Lieutenant General Suresh Nath Endley, a leader, a commandant, a man who dedicated his life to the service of this country. But when I think about Dadu, I don't think first of the rank, the medals, or the remarkable career that took him across India, from Bangalore, Mo, Leh, Tezpur, and the countless many other places. For me, Dadu, he was simply Dadu. He was everything. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Adit, or Adu, as Dadu called me. I am his eldest grandchild, and I've had the privilege to spending most of my life with him. Some of my earliest memories of him were in our home in Mandakini. Every morning, I would rush downstairs, spend hours sitting with Dadu and Dadi. Dadi would tell us the stories, and Dadu would derive the lessons behind them. Looking back now, I realize that many of the values that guide me today came from those conversations. His boldness, persistence, and grace shaped me into the person that I've become today. As I grew older and we moved to Richmond, I came to appreciate another side of him. Every morning, without fail, he would wake up, make sure Dadi had taken her medication, water the plants, and go about his day, all while I tried to convince myself to get out of bed. When I came home from school, he would always ask what I had learned that day. He genuinely cared, whether it was maths or physics or life in general. He was always ready to help. Even after I graduated and throughout COVID, that same energy never left him. Every day he approached life with purpose. He would often ask me, "Your engineering is foundational. Now make the world yours. Tell me." I would sit with him and tell him about my plans, my ambitions, and the progress that I had made. He would carefully listen, smile, tell me how proud he was, and then quietly say, with his hands raised up, "God has been kind." Those moments meant more to me than he probably ever knew. When Dadi passed away, I saw how much he missed her. He would spend hours watching the same movies that they used to watch together, listening to the same songs that they loved, and revisiting the memories of a life that they had built side by side. Yet even then, he remained the same Dadu to us. If I needed something, a coat for an event, a pair of shoes, his golf clubs, or simply some advice, I only had to walk down the hall and ask. He was always there. Despite the many changes, the moves to Singapore or Dubai, Hong Kong for Ansh, schools to colleges, Dadu was a constant in my life. I struggle to remember a time when he wasn't. His presence always brought a sense of comfort and stability. Not too long ago, he told me that I had to be better than him. How do I become better than a man who led with courage, cared for his family with an unwavering devotion, remained humble despite all he had achieved, and carried himself with dignity throughout his life? But I understand now what he meant. He was asking me to carry forward the values that he lived by and to make the most of the opportunities at hand. And so as I move forward without you, Dadu, I can only hope to live a life in a way that would make you proud. I hope you have found Dadi again. I hope the two of you are together, listening to those favorite movies of yours and watching those same songs and listening to the same songs. To end, the only words that come to my mind are from Shakespeare's Hamlet. He was a man. Take him for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again. Thank you. Arya,
Namaste, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. My name's Arya, but to Dadu, I was always Muni. I've been thinking a lot about what I wanted to say today. The truth is, when someone's been part of your life for as long as Dadu is part of ours, it's impossible to fit all the memories into a few minutes. To me, he was never Lieutenant General. He was just Dadu. Whenever I told him anything, good news, bad news, something I was worried about, or something I was excited about, he would lightly pat my cheeks and say, "As long as you're happy." That was just who he was. When I think of Dadu, I don't just think of big moments. I think of all the little things that became part of everyday life. I think of the ritual we had every morning, where I would walk into Dadi's room to say good morning and get a kiss on each cheek and start my day. I think of how he never liked anyone eating alone. No matter what, he would stay at the table until everyone had finished their meal before getting up himself. I think of winter mornings when I would walk around without a jacket and he would make that familiar disgruntled noise, frown at me and say, "Chhati band kar." Then he would get up and hand me one of his sweaters. I think of how disciplined he was in every aspect of his life. Looking at him, you would never have guessed he would have a sweet tooth. But every meal of his ended with meeta achar and dahi mix, and he could never say no to his mango ice cream, a trait I'm sure I inherited from him. I think of the countless times he would randomly walk into my room during the day just to ask, "Khana kha liya?" And he was just always checking in, always making sure everyone was okay. As Adit, Ansh, and I grew older, he would tell us his stories about his years in the army, about the adventures he had with Dadi, and about the friends he made throughout his life. What always amazed me was that he was never telling these stories to impress anyone. He just wanted to simply share the moments with us. One of my favorite memories is from recent years. Every time I came home from college, no matter how busy things were, Dadu would come to the airport, pick me up. It didn't matter that it was always late at night. He still wanted to be there. And as I've started taking my first steps to becoming a doctor, Dadu found himself on the receiving end of some of my training. This year I spent some time helping with his IV lines and fluids, and somehow he managed to make me feel more confident every step of the way. Even in those moments, he was encouraging, patient, and quietly proud. He trusted me long before I was ready to trust myself. He was already planning my future for me. I've yet to become a doctor, and he's already telling me since year one that the house in Noida is your clinic. It's ready for it to be your clinic. In typical Dadu fashion, he's had my entire career mapped out before I've even passed all my exams. These are the moments I will carry with me forever. They may seem small, but they're just what made Dadu who he was to me. A man who showed his love in 100 quiet ways every single day. And if there's one thing I will always hear when I think of him, it's his voice saying, "As long as you're happy." I hope he knows that because of everything he's given us, we will be. We all miss you, Dadu. Thank you so much for being here.
I'd like to invite General N.K. Kapoor. Papa and General Kapoor were together in Ahmednagar in the 70s and then in Mao in the late 70s and early 80s. Would you like to speak from there? I can give you the mic there. Okay, sure.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to pay my grateful homage and heartfelt salute to my friend, General Endley. We came together some 53 years ago in Ahmednagar when we were posted to the tactical wing of Armored Corps School. A sapper and an infantryman, we were in alien environment. But Suresh Endley, his hunger to learn, I noticed there. He would burn midnight oil, he'll read all books, how the panzers operated in Europe or Rommel operated in North Africa. And every day he'll come and discuss with me for a couple of hours, no end, discussing those operations and those nuances. Let me tell you that in a couple of months, Suresh was at par with all his Armored Corps colleagues as far as knowledge was concerned. Some of them had been trained in America, the others in USSR, but Suresh was at par. He endeared himself to his students as well as to all the officers in the station. Very often, officers will come with their personal problems and wish to take his advice. Suresh had all the time for them. Suresh was a good listener. Our families got together well. Sushma was a very warm-hearted, loving lady. She and my wife Seema were almost inseparable. And then we had a wonderful time heralding and welcoming Charu. She was our heartthrob. She was the bundle of joy for both the families. We parted. He went to command his regiment and I went to command my battalion. Those were hectic days, but still we managed to keep in touch. We met again after a couple of years, not couple of years, after 3-4 years in Mao. He came for the higher command course. I must tell you, his professional competence was respected by his instructors as well as colleagues. Suresh was an avid sailor also. He would often pull me out and take me to the Barcha Lake and give me lessons, rudimentary lessons on sailing. After the course, Suresh was posted as instructor in the senior command wing of the College of Combat. He was a passionate and persuasive instructor. He mentored many officers, and many of them rose to higher ranks in not only our army, but in foreign armies also. By now, Suresh was well established as a professional with very high personal qualities. He was regarded in the army as the man coming up. He held very important assignments. He was chief engineer of 4 Corps. That's the time we had this forward deployment. Very important time. Ravi was with him at that time. And then his honesty and straightforwardness brought him to the Directorate of Vigilance. And the cherry on the cake was when he commanded MEG and then went on to become the Adjutant General. After retirement, Suresh tried his hand. He said he'll become a hotelier. And then he went to head the JP Hotels in Agra. That time my son-in-law was posted to COD Agra. So we often went to Agra to meet our children. Every trip, every visit was a reunion and a celebration. My daughter Rohini, she was in Agra, so she was a constant companion to Sushma. Unfortunately, Sushma went early. Suresh would have been devastated. But for his children, Deepak, charming Dipali, versatile Charu, Nirupam, and grandchildren Adit, Arya, Ansh, they all rallied together, and believe me, they looked after him well. I wish everyone has children like them. Thank you, beta. Thank you. God bless you. Suresh went and left a legacy. of professionalism, of dedication, honesty, and humility. He was a great friend. I wish him well wherever he is. And Suresh, goodbye till we meet again. Thank you.
If I can invite Brigadier Ravi Sehgal. Papa and Brigadier Sehgal were together in Tezpur, and I've heard lots of stories. I think the first TV in Tezpur was in your house. I think all the kids used to watch TV in your house. So lots of stories from Tezpur. Uncle.
I must confess that I am not a very good orator, may not be able to do full justice to the persona of General Suresh Endley. I had been selected to join Army and Air Force as a direct entry cadet. Both the services had their own charm, glamour, and various attractions. And I was in a dilemma whether to join the Army or the Air Force. The one thing which tipped in favor of the Indian Army was that the cadets at the Indian Military Academy were called gentlemen cadet. And I thought it to be a great honor to be known as a gentleman. And in Suresh Endley, I found a perfect gentleman. I had the good fortune to work with him at Tezpur, a very large military station. Tezpur itself was a very small town, very sleepy, with no good market. In our times, I'm talking. No mall, no cinema hall, no club. And we have to be content with whatever little facilities the army could provide us. There was a small army cinema hall at a walking distance. And for a princely amount of rupees 25 per month, our families could see 8 movies. And our children made full use of it. Brigadier Endley was the chief engineer. And as his 2IC, I was looking after the construction of defenses much closer to the line of control facing China. It was a colossal task, designing the defenses for various weapons and infantry people, moving the stores from various depots all over the country, and sending these forward and overseeing the construction of proper defenses. It was to great credit of General Endley that he supported such a big operation of, it was called forward posture. One more thing, we both were living in the same double-story building. Endley's on the ground floor and Sehgal's on the first floor. Sushma Endley used to work very hard maintaining that large lawn and beautiful flowers. And we, sitting in a balcony from the first floor, would enjoy that beautiful view. Both of them were very good singers. They were fond of music and used to sing together also. And one famous song they used to sing, I can recall, छुपा लो यूं दिल में प्यार मेरा कि जैसे मंदिर में लौ दिए की. I still remember that. He was also a good golfer. He was highly competent, hardworking, and totally devoted to his profession. So his bosses always found it very convenient to entrust him with additional responsibilities. He had no time for gup-shup. He was kind-hearted, soft-spoken, seldom lost his temper. He treated his subordinates as colleagues, trusted them, guided them, and encouraged them. He never harmed anyone. At home front, he happily delegated all his responsibility to Sushma. She herself was a very simple and kind person, helping everyone. Considering his high competence and total devotion to his profession, the Corps commander entrusted him with the task of operational planning. It was a tough job. At the same time, it was a matter of pride for a sapper officer to be given such an important task. He was virtually the BGS, a great honor for the sapper officer. At one time, our station commander, brigadier, went missing, and General Mehta wanted to appoint a new station commander, and the evident choice was Brigadier Endley. Brigadier Endley declined, saying that he's already knee-deep in handling the operational planning, and he recommended my name. But General Endley said that Tezpur is a very large station and we need a brigadier. And General Endley said, Colonel Sehgal is no less. He's already been approved to be a brigadier, who can easily hand over the responsibility to Colonel Sehgal. And so I was appointed the station commander. And as a recognition for his competence, dedication, and contribution to the army, he reached the coveted rank of Lieutenant General and also decorated with the rank awards of AVSM and PVSM. General Endley has moved on to be with Sushma ji in the heavens. I wish Deepak, Charu, and their families peace, good health, and happiness. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Colonel Praveen Oberoi. Just want to say a few words about Colonel Oberoi. I think in the last few years, he's from the Madras Sappers and from Papa's beloved 11 engineers. Any function that was happening, Colonel Oberoi and Simanti would actually go along with Papa and really accompany him. When Papa passed away around 2 o'clock in the morning, Sunny just sent him a message. 4 o'clock in the morning, he called back. And he arranged everything, the cremation at Brar Square. We didn't know where to start. He said, just leave it to me, and just organized everything. So, Colonel Oberoi, Uncle, just thank you so much for all that you've done over the last decades and particularly the last few years. Thank you.
Someone beautifully quoted the words of a Scottish poet. To live in hearts we leave behind is not to die. How true these words are for Gen Endley, sir. Because people like him never really leave us. They live on through the values they taught, the lives they shaped, the kindness they showed, and the memories they created. General Endley, sir, today your soldiers stand before you once again. This time, not to receive your orders or your guidance, but to offer you a final salute. Thank you, sir, for your leadership. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your affection. Thank you for teaching us that true greatness and true humility can exist together. Your final march is complete. The bugle has sounded. but your legacy will continue to inspire all those fortunate enough to have known you. Rest in eternal peace, sir. You are reunited with a beloved companion once again. We were blessed to have served under you. We were honored to have known you, and we will always carry you in our hearts. I have a very small poem for him. I call it the final posting. The bugles sound softly, the parade stands still. A soldier moves onward beyond the distant hill. No medals on display, no command to give, only memories remain of a life well lived. He wore his stars proudly, yet gentle was his way. He touched countless hearts through each passing day. A leader, a mentor, a friend ever true. Sir, those who march with you will always remember you. The sapper spirit you carried, the values you gave, the path you showed us, honest and brave. For men like you never truly depart. They leave behind the footprints deep in every heart. But somewhere beyond, where the heavens shine bright, someone familiar was waiting in the light. A hand you had missed, a voice you knew best, your beloved companion calling you home to rest. No more lonely evenings, sir. No waiting by the phone. No quiet battles fought, silent stone, silent alone. The emptiness to cover, the distances through, the one you longest for is again besides you. And here we remain with memories so dear, your laughter, your guidance, your presence still near. The general has marched, the man has stays behind, forever engraved in our hearts and our minds. So march on, sir, with your head held high, your colors now flying in the endless sky. Your duty is done, your mission complete. Rest well, dear General, till again we meet. Thank you.
Papa loved his extended family. So not just the kids and the grandkids, extended family was family to him. So I'd like to invite Amit or Baba, Vinesh Bua's son.
Most of you know him as a distinguished soldier, a loving person. To me, however, he was Mamaji. Someone who held my hand throughout. I lost my father very early in life. He held my hand nice and strong, and whatever I am today is his blessings. During my years of studying at Bangalore, it was not just studying medicine, it was getting lessons on discipline, humility, integrity, kindness, and selflessness. What I admired most about him was his quiet wisdom. Whenever I sought advice, he listened patiently, asked thoughtful questions, and helped me find a path. Many of the choices I have made in my life are due to his blessings and due to his guidance. I have also got wonderful memories of traveling with him and Mainji both. And to say a word about Mainji, she would always say, if you're going somewhere, take food with you. Aloo and puri and something to carry with you. Bhook to lagegi. And I miss that the most. Now I sit in my car, I miss that the most. One quality of his that always stood out was his positivity. Even in recent months, when his health was failing, and I used to meet him, I used to always shake his hand and say, "How are you, Mom?" He would say, "I'm good." Looking at that photograph there, he's still saying, "I'm good." So these three simple words say so much about the man he was. No matter what challenges he faced, he chose optimism. He continued to give strength, reassurance, and positivity to everyone around him. He had a remarkable way of making people feel valued. No matter how busy he was, he always found time for his family. Together, Mama and Mainji created a home full of warmth, generosity.
A home where everyone felt welcome. While we deeply mourn his loss, we celebrate a life which was full of purpose, dignity, compassion, and service. His legacy lives on in the values he passed on to us and in the memories we will cherish forever. Thank you, Mama, for your love, your wish, your strength, and for always being a pillar on which we could always rely. Thank you. May you rest in peace. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
If I can invite Ansh. So Ansh.
The last significant thing I wrote was in November for Nanu's 90th. And this is surreal for so many reasons being here. All the last 3 times I visited home have been to see Nanu, to celebrate him in November, to spend time with him in March, and to see him one last time in June. That might feel like the bizarre passage of time, but I'd like to hold on more to the fact that I adore him. There are so many stories with him that pour out of so many of our hearts, and that I've been thinking about for all these months. But for today, I want to reflect on Nanu as he was in these recent years and months. He was always incredibly reflective and loved conversation, but especially since Nani passed, he got even more expressive and emotionally honest, which I'm grateful he felt he could do. These 3 themes keep coming back to me. When I visited him in March, I had the privilege of sitting with him and being a part of hours and hours of stories being recounted, just like through us grandkids, just like through our grandkids' childhoods, as Adit and Arya have shared. One of these afternoons, Nanu hit a natural pause in between stories of Tezpur, which the chapter of his life we happened to be exploring in those days. In the silence, he turned to me and said, "Ansh, you should never turn away someone who comes to you for help." And then went on to expand on this reflection from his life. He was a helper. He helped at every chance, regardless of whether he'd been in the same place as the other or not, and especially when there was a capacity and a capability to help. To him, everything was figure-outable. And if not, there was support. He was a lifelong engineer, though I think the work that brought him the greatest pride was building up people. People were at his core. Even when his immediate term memory would fade, every single one of the stories he recounted was around shared memories with his peers and family. The greatest evidence of this has to be his 90th birthday, where he was so invigorated that he was on his feet and mingling for 5 hours straight, as gleeful as he always was amongst loved ones. This was so true that when we were flipping through the photos from the day, he turned to me and said, "I look really good for 90, right?" The answer was a resounding yes. Just thinking about him, even for moments and for months, has brought me closer to my friends, old and new, to my cousins everywhere, and to our family and my parents. That's how much he beamed of light. The thing that defined him right up to recently was his compassion. We have this tendency to think of love as an experience and a feeling that's limited to our relationships and with our loved ones, our family and friends. The love that Nanu embodied was the grandest kind, and so vast that it encompassed everything. It was expressed through how fondly he told us stories, his respect and dignity for all that he met, his consideration and concern for all his loved ones and peers, and their loved ones, and then their loved ones, in his tapping to the tal in every note of music, in the admiration that literally every animal had for him, from our dogs to his pet parrot Mochi to stray cats, in his humility in spite of a remarkable life, his pride in people, and how great and curious of conversationalist he was. This love was woven into the fabric of his soul and in every fiber of his being. I think this was the part of him that was the most harmonious with Nani, which is why I believed he loved her so much, and she loved him. I don't fully understand where they've gone, but I feel confident if they're with each other, they're in immense company. And I know for certain that there are people and spaces just like this one that will always remember him fondly. I hope that the best we can do is to remember the love and all he was made of, and then to emulate it as much as we can and all the time. I miss them both so much.
I think finally I'd just like to call Charu to say a few words.
A lot has been said about Papa. To me, growing up, he was just my dad, and I was his little girl. And I felt like I was the most important person in his world. He was my idol, my go-to person for any advice that I needed. He had the knack of just looking at you and figuring things out. The advice he would give would be measured and on point. When I was older, I realized that Papa was a friend and mentor to so many who would come to him seeking advice and help, and always got the support they needed. It may be through rose-tinted glasses, but I always felt that Papa had a way of shifting the energy in any room he walked into. There was something about him, a calming yet confident presence which radiated through. It didn't matter how ordinary the setting was. Even somewhere as mundane as a bank branch where everyone wore that particular harried look, he would find someone's gaze, say something quietly witty, and just like that, the room would soften and smiles would appear, and the work would magically just get done quickly. Papa was also the most disciplined person that I have known. Life in the services does instill a deep sense of discipline, but Papa's extended beyond. His daily walks, come rain or shine, he would put on his walking shoes and off he would go. Ramrod straight, arms behind his back in his trademark style. This discipline extended to what he ate as well. There was no overeating whatsoever, which was no mean feat given that Mum was such an excellent cook. Well, the only exception to this was his love for ice cream, and I mean, that too in probably the latter years. Mummy and Papa's home was a sanctuary, a place that was always loving and welcoming, not just for our close family, but our extended families and friends. Large get-togethers were a very frequent occurrence, whether they were planned or impromptu. Whoever came over, Mummy and Papa would insist that they stay for a meal. Mummy would quickly rustle up a storm in the kitchen, and Papa would be the most gracious host. Even after Mummy passed, Papa continued this tradition. He told everyone he met, "You must come home and have a drink. Come and have a meal with us." And he genuinely meant it. Mummy and Papa's union was the very embodiment of what people mean when they say soulmates, made for each other. When Mummy fell ill, the tender, unwavering devotion with which Papa cared for her over 13 years was nothing short of a miracle. After she passed, he carried a deep and quiet void within him, missing her every day. Now we find peace in knowing that they are reunited, walking hand in hand, just as they used to. A big thank you to all his friends and well-wishers who either dropped in to meet him in the last 3 months or called to inquire about his health. He was very touched by the love he received. These last few days, as we have waded through our grief, have been a profoundly humbling experience. Humbling and yet filled with a quiet pride. To witness the love and affection that Papa so naturally commanded from so many people, the countless calls and messages and tributes that have poured in since he passed, have brought immense solace to our hearts. Papa may no longer be with us, but he lives on, in so many hearts and in so many lives that he touched. Thank you all for coming today to celebrate a life well lived and honoring Papa's memory. It means a lot to all of us.
If I can just request the family to move out. And one request, please join us for high tea downstairs in the hall downstairs. If you can just allow the people who need help and support to leave first, and then the elderly people, and then if the younger people can just stay back and let the others go ahead, that would be very nice. Thank you. There are also some tributes to Papa which people have written in. There are a couple of easels downstairs with some of those lovely words. Please do look at them as well. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
How are you?
How you doing? You haven't caught up, I think, ever. How's it done? When you still traveling back for meeting family? No further. I need to go down. 3 years back. 3.5 years. Yeah, you can move it after like 5 years of trying to convince me to the family idea. Over was like really hard for me. Rather than already move to go now. Needed some help. She moved to Singapore during this. She had 2 kids, I remember, but the younger one was still clearing 12. And so they can't return till he's finished and because they were that's when they'll take a call on when it. I'm okay, I'm good. I've lost another friend, so I was very busy, but I was I think that's why I'm doing it. And it's so depressing. Your own parents are having their own health struggles. It's like live it by the day. I mean, not that they say code and that's right. like every one
So it's unconscious bias. Okay, you have unconscious bias. Let me tell you. What do you think?